All right, Sistas fans. So I've been doing intensive research this morning about insider trading due to the fact that that seems to be the main hurdle that Zach is going to have to deal with as we get closer to the season finale next week, moving into season 4. And I've looked into it a bit and it seems like, oh, damn. I guess he is guilty of insider trading, because I remember when the situation first occurred a couple months ago when Zach met the woman at the airport. She gave him the information. Then he met up with her at the hotel and then left before things could get too weird, like her giving him money and stuff like that. But I did the research. I talked with some people I know in stocks and they were like, no, it's not illegal. But then when I did this research and really looked at it more, it's like, oh, wow. Okay. So, I mean, it's just one of those things where insider trading, let me just put it this way. A lot of the resources like Investopedia.com and several other places I looked said, this is important. A common misconception is that all insider trading is illegal, but there are actually two methods by which insider trading can occur. One is legal and the other is not. Something to think about there. So, I got this information, like I said, from Investopedia.com. I actually looked at 12 different sources, but this was the one that I feel was the easiest breakdown of it. So, like I said, if there are any people listening to me who are involved in the stock market and perhaps you have experience, you have friends, colleagues in the business, you can educate me, because regardless of if I'm right or wrong, I hope to learn. And that's important because maybe one day I'll look into stocks, who knows. But for now, make sure you take a moment to hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Hit subscribe as we close in on 200,000 subscribers on the channel. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. And yeah, that's really pretty much it, aside from the bell and hit all, you know the drill, notifications, all that jazz. But let's talk about it. Understanding insider trading. Legal insider trading. Insiders are legally permitted to buy and sell shares of the firm and any subsidiaries that employ them. However, these transactions must be properly registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission, or the SEC, and they're done with advanced filings. You can find the details of this type of insider trading on the Edgar database. Legal insider trading happens often, such as when a CEO buys back shares of their company, or when other employees purchase stock in the company in which they work. Often a CEO purchasing shares can influence the price movement of the stock they own. A good example is whenever Warren Buffett purchases or sells shares in the companies under the Berkshire Hathaway umbrella. So that's the legal stuff. Essentially, if you are a person who works at a company, then insider trading within the company from other employees, CEOs, and whatnot is legal. Makes sense, right? Right. Now let's get to the illegal insider trading. This is essentially a form of insider trading in which there is the illegal use of non-public material information for profit. It's important to remember this can be done by anyone, including company executives, their friends, and this is the important one, and relatives, or just a regular person on the street or an airport in this case, as long as the information is not publicly known. And they give this long-winded example, but here we go. Suppose the CEO of a firm inadvertently discloses their company's quarterly earnings while getting a haircut. If the barber or hairdresser takes this information and trades on it, that is considered illegal insider information, and the SEC may take action. They monitor illegal insider trading by looking at the trading volumes of any particular stock. Volumes commonly increase after material news is issued to the public, but when no such information is provided and volumes rise dramatically, this can act as a warning flag or red flag. The SEC then investigates to determine precisely who is responsible from the unusual trading, and this is the most important part, and whether or not it was illegal. Now let's look at the situation with Zach. Zach was just going above and beyond to earn tips, extra money at the airport. This was after he earned the $25,000 from Chain Breakers. He gave $5,000 to Karen, knocking down his IOU total from $77,000 to $72,000. And then eventually he paid the rest through that check. But whatever, everybody seems to have forgotten about that. So he meets this woman. I forget her name, but I did a video on it. And she left her laptop on the plane. This dude went so far to get the plane to stop to get the laptop. And instead of a tip, she didn't have any. She figured, hey, here's this information on something. Put all the money you have on this stock. You can also meet me at this hotel, this room. We could talk about it. He goes over there. And remember, this is like the example said. If a CEO is getting a haircut and just casually talks information about his stocks or whatever, the barber use that information and, buy stock in it, the SEC could take action. So essentially, Zach goes over to the hotel. He has no idea what's going on. He has a drink and they pretty much talk for a little bit. Hey, I'm married to a senator and he knows a person in this company. He always buys stocks and gets rich. We're about to go through a divorce. And remember that Andy's client at the time was like this guy who was like married to somebody big and powerful who had a lot of money. And we were thinking, oh, what if this guy is the husband of the woman that Zach is talking to? But that's not the case at all. And that's when she first met Robin, by the way. But essentially, this woman was just saying, hey, if you put the money on stock, you're going to win big. But here's the thing. We're about to get a divorce, and I know he's going to take everything from me. So if I give you $50,000 and you open a separate bank account, and I just gave you stock information, and then you went through and, did all that for me and gave me some money, I'll give you a little percentage of it. And Zach is like, whoa, okay, this doesn't seem right at all. I'm going to put down this drink and I'm going to leave. He rushed the hell out of there. He put his own money in the stock. So the argument could be made that, well, this is definitely insider information because the woman's husband seems to, get this illegal information from people he knows, these people he rubs elbows with. So the husband is definitely guilty of some insider trading stuff. Now, yeah, it's something interesting because of the fact that, well, technically speaking, this woman doesn't seem to be an employee of any of the companies that her husband, the senator, gets this insider information on. She decides to pass it on to, as the example said, a regular person on the street. So, who knows? But I will say this much. Zach's first stock investment might be questionably illegal, but the second one he won, that was over $1 million, he didn't put that money on the stock. Okay, remember, when he went to the bank, Natalie, she asked him about it. Hey, I just had a hunch. So I feel like if Zach doesn't say a damn thing, he probably won't be found illegal or nothing. I mean, he won't be found guilty of illegal action. But here's the thing. When he went to the bank, he moved, $500,000 into another bank account. So he had a little under $300,000 in his quote unquote stock account. Natalie said, hey, here's a file folder with all the stocks the bank has found very successful victories with. We can help you manage and determine what stocks will be best. And Zach's like, hey, email that to me. This is a lot for me to take in right now. Then Natalie called him a few days later and, recently, as we know in the episodes, and told him about how, hey, this one stock is going crazy right now. I suggest closing it and selling it. Your windfall will be $1.4 million. And he did. Zach had nothing to do with that in terms of putting it on that same stock. Like, I don't recall if Natalie said exactly what stock it was. He had nothing to do with that one. he wouldn't have known about it if the bank didn't call him. So the second stock he won, where he got that $1.4 million, that cannot be illegal. I don't see how it is. It makes no sense, because the woman that gave him the information to begin with said, hey, put your money on this stock, and then boom, that's it. So this second stock and anything further on, unless how is he going to do that illegally if he chooses what stocks he wants to invest in on his own, or if he talks with the banks and just says, hey, I want to, after taking your advice, I think I should use this one and that one. So I think Hayden is grasping at straws right now. First of all, why the hell is he even still trying to go after Zach when he clearly dodged a bullet at work, even though Andy said to Fatima that it was a bluff about her emailing the partner? So if I were Hayden, the last thing I would try to do now is make trouble for somebody else. I would just be nervous as hell waiting for an email or phone call from one of the partners to come into the office about my quote unquote illegal, or should I say not going against the company policy of, listening in on phone calls. So with this information, like I said, I feel like his first stock win is debatably illegal, but his second win, where he just got the $1.4 million and beyond, I don't think that's illegal. So like I said before, I did some research. Let me know if there were any flaws in my evaluation of insider trading, legal and illegal. What do you think about the situation? But keep in mind, I've been talking this entire time as somebody who literally did research and not just sitting up here thinking, man, Hayden needs to leave Zach alone. I hope he's innocent. No, I did some research and that's what I found. But like I said, I will leave a link to the insider trading thing in the comment section below. But here's something to think about. You know what? No, I'll say this for another video. But as always, guys, I appreciate support on the channel. If you want to legally invest in the channel, feel free to hit me up on PayPal or Cash App. But regardless, I feel like this could be a very good educational conversation for everybody to engage in. But what do you think, between Karen being, I don't want the father of this baby to be in prison, and then even Fatima's like, wait, if she's the wife of a senator, oh, it is illegal trading insider information and this kind of stuff. I mean, didn't Martha Stewart go to jail for something like that? You're right. It's like somebody told her to move the money from point A to point B, and then she got locked up. I'm locked up. But we'll just have to wait and see how things play out. But guys, I appreciate everything you do on the channel. I will catch you in the next video. Like and subscribe, and get ready as we close in on the season finale next week.